Hello, Mr. Man.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We are going to start our speaking. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Sure.
So, there will be three parts in speaking. In part one, we will discuss about general information and it will be related to trees. In the second part, you will be given one cue card and you have to describe in 2 minutes, 1 minute for preparation. And third part will be related to part two. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So, let us begin with your introduction.
My name is Man Singh. My friend and family usually call from my first name, that is Man, so you can also address me from my first name.
Question number one. What kind of trees do people usually plant in your country or hometown?
Especially oak trees, palm trees, neem and people are mostly used trees in my country as well as in my hometown. Apart from it, some fruit trees such as banana, apple and mango trees are also famous in my country.
Alright, now question number two. Have you ever planted trees?
Yes, I did. In fact, I have planted couple of trees because my grandparent is a farmer and in his house backyard I have planted lemon trees and apple trees along with some vegetable trees under his guidance.
Good. Now question number three. Do you like planting trees? If yes, why? If not, why?
I really keen to plant trees because I know the value of trees in our life. It maintains the eco-friendly environment in our country as well as in our globe, and it serves not only a purpose of shelter anybody but also gives us fruit and oxygen, which is very valuable for a human being. So I really like to plant some trees, even though I planted some trees in my backyard.
Alright, so we are ending part one and now moving toward part two. Are you ready?
Yes.
Good. In part two, you will be given one cue card that you have to explain in 2 minutes and 1 minute for preparation. Question is, describe a place you like to visit but you don't want to live there. Your time starts now. You can make notes. Your time over. Now you can begin speaking.
Well, I am a person who loves to travel and explore different places, new places especially, but always feels when it comes to comfortable living, I think nothing can beat home's comfortability. And I would love to discuss about a place known not widely, but some few famous actors and celebrities usually go there for their outings and vacation time, and its name is Lapland. It's northern part of Finland, a European country, and it's skewed away from the main cities of Helsinki, so it's hardly known by any non-European member. So what is more famous about this city? In winter time, the temperature went down to -20, so all the places are covered under snow, which is quite alluring as well as amazing view to look after. And then if I need to talk about in summer, it having wonderful views of seas as well as some dense forest. So if anyone wants to live and look for the paradise, it's generally a best place to visit. And the food street is so mouth-watering that you cannot resist while eating, and you can have a lot of. And apart from that, the observatory tower, it's slap bang in the middle of the city, so you can have the view of entire city from one place. So it's generally a good place to visit. But if I talk about living, it's very difficult to survive there because it's mainly run by their tourism, so hardly any job related to my experience and personal background. So I don't think I can live there and survive myself for a longer period, and I generally don't want to live there.
Alright, now we are ending part 2 and moving toward part 3. In part 3, there will be following questions from part 2. Are you ready? So, question number 1. What type of apartment do most people in your country like to live in?
Well, it's totally depend upon the location as well as people choice. If I talk about metropolitan cities, most of the building consist various floors like 10, 12, so it's mostly residential apartment. If I move to suburbs, people usually have their own independent house with having a huge area. So it really depends upon person and location.
Alright. Do people in your country like to invite others as guests?
Yes, definitely. It's in our culture to invite guests on especially dinner or festival occasions. And in fact, in my country, we treat guests as God. So we have a wonderful welcoming for our guests and we prepare delicious foods on their arrival. So it's really a nice place, nice gesture to invite guests, and it in fact separate India from Western culture and it makes us more pride.
Good. Question number 2. Do people take gifts when they visit each other?
Usually they offer some kind of desserts and sweets and sometimes toys to children when visiting to their relatives and friends. And nowadays people are not that tend to bring gifts, but traditional people always used to carry gifts while visiting to any non-person's village.
Alright. Now last question. What is the difference between the houses in the city center and the suburbs?
Well, I believe variety of differences you can find while visiting a city house and a suburbs house. As in city house, you will see it's cozy and comfy, having all the essential equipments in the house, while in the urban area, while in the rural areas, what you will see that the house are even more bigger but having less facilities, such as they have common toilets and they don't have tiles and wall decorated with wallpapers. In fact, you cannot find any AC or LED TV for their entertainment, which you can find in metropolitan cities.
Good. So now we are ending our speaking. Best of luck. Have a good time.
Thank you, sir.
Now it's a time for result. Speaker has done his job very well and he fulfilled all the requirements. First, fluency and coherence. There was little bit stucking in fluency. In a few questions you could not be that much fluent, and that's why his points were reduced. But in case of coherence, it was fine. He added, connected and answered all the questions smartly. Lexical resource, he had good words. He has used healthy vocabularies to connect the sentence, to describe the sentence and to complete the task. Grammatical range and accuracy was up to date, because in general for speaking tenses matters a lot, and here the tenses part was fine. That's why he did well. Pronunciation, of course, it had some mother tongue influence. So in his speech there were many words where there was mother tongue influence, so that caused his score down. So overall he scored 8.5. What was the drawback in his speaking? The point was that his own pronunciation. Second, that he was sometimes less fluent in few parts, and overall rest of it was fine. To score 9 band, what to cover? Remember, your fluency and coherence should be 100% accurate and you should be as fluent as possible. Lexical resource, it's been the range of vocabulary, range of words should be very high that the speaker has maintained. If you maintain, you can score 9. And grammatical range and accuracy, as I said, tenses matter a lot, so you have to use your tenses smartly. and the tenses should be correct. Same time, accuracy of that tenses is very important. The speaker has done that job, and pronunciation matters a lot. As I said, because of pronunciation, the meaning gets changed. So that's why we should work on pronunciation. If you cover all those parts, you can score band 9. So thank you so much. If you have any suggestion, if you want any information, or if you want anything related to IELTS speaking, you can write to us. We will get you back. Thank you so much.